John, commiserations. Are you cursed in Ballarat?
You know what? There must be something wrong in Ballarat because, it's hard to find words for the players because if the players weren't, playing at, or trying everything possible to win football games or, a little bit nervous about the way that we're playing, or which is easy when you haven't been winning, or that we're not dominating, especially, in certain periods of the game and we're not getting the rewards. But they don't drop their heads. So it's hard to say, oh, we have to do this so much better and have to do that so much better. We know we have to improve because, there's certain things that we can do better by, putting away chances when we're on top of the team. But our general play and performances have been better than the opposition in the last 4 games. It's just that we're coming away with 0 points in those 4 games. So, but that's gone now, and we just have to move forward. We're not here in Ballarat next week. We're in Gosford, so let's make sure we go winning Gosford now.
Because you had that specifically that 10-minute spell in the second half. Started with Noah having a shot, Rick, you had a couple of shots, Ben had some shots as well, and just whether it was Alex Paulson or Westfall, it just felt like nothing was full. What are you thinking at that point on the sideline where they're creating all of these chances and nothing?
No, believing that we're going to score, believing that we're going to win. We're actually, I could see the players pushing, and then, normally when you do that, wave after wave after wave, yes, you still have to be careful of the counter-attack, which that's what they're looking for. You have to make sure that you defend that well. But, I just believed, and the players were believing that we're going to score and win the game. That's what I could see and feel. It was a bit of a sucker punch that, the goal got allowed because it looked offside. I know they drew a line. I don't know how they do that sometimes. But anyway, I'm not in the VAR room, so I can't comment too much.
Have you seen the line that they drew? Have you had a chance to look at the replay?
Yeah, I have, and I know because we've played here quite a few times. The camera angles aren't that good here, because of the way the stadium is, and not as many cameras as normal, and I did see the line, which it still looked offside to me. But anyway, I thought they should have just gone with the assistant referee's decision on the field because he was right in line with it, and he was quick to put up his flag. Very, very quick. So, anyway, that's the way it is at the moment. These little decisions are going against us, but I know that they'll end up going for us eventually.
The broadcast did cut to you after the goal was actually rewarded, and you didn't look angry. You looked almost like fatalistic acceptance of it. Is that what it was?
Because you can't change a decision. So there's no use in me getting angry. It wasn't the assistant referee's decision. So I can't get angry with him because he put up his flag. He thought it was clearly offside. Can't get angry at the referee because he doesn't draw the line, and I can't see the VAR people or what they're looking at. So you just have to just get on with it and make sure that the players aren't getting too down about that. And because they even were questioning the angle of the camera and the line and whatever else. They couldn't believe it. But, we have to move on and move forward. And I thought we still had chances after that to go and equalise.
You talk about how you are playing well, but it's now 5 losses in a row, bottom of the table, and eventually it doesn't matter how well you're playing if you're not winning football games. Just what does have to change for you heading up to Gosford? Yes, you're creating chances, but how do you start putting them away? How do you stop getting caught on the
we'll
counter?
Put them away. Look, I know that a lot of people this league's going to be really tight. And then I remember when Brisbane Roar lost 5 on the trot in Ange Postecoglou's second year, and they ended up winning the grand final. So I know that it happens. I know that Adelaide United, the year that they ended up pipping Brisbane Roar when I was there on the last game of the season, they were bottom of the table to round 10. So, and I could see that they stuck. If I believe, or the club believes that we're not on the right track, then there's an issue. But we are working towards. We know where our end goal will be. We know what the players, how they will keep on improving and gelling and that. We know that eventually we're going to go into a home, so we're not having to travel everywhere and go everywhere. And we haven't used it as an excuse because performances have been good. But, that once we get into Tarnee, once we start to have a home. So this is a journey for this club. And these are issues that we've had to deal with. as a club, as a whole. The players have never once looked for an excuse, which is that shows me what kind of group that we have, and we'll turn it around. And of course, you say, oh, it doesn't look good. Of course, it doesn't look good. We don't want to be down there. We want to be challenging. But if we were completely getting outplayed, and the only game this season that we haven't deserved anything from that game was round 2. Every other game we've deserved something. We haven't always got it, but we'll get it.
I know you say you don't want to use it in excuses, but now that the slate of games here has ended, how hard is it for you to come down here to Ballarat? It doesn't feel like sitting there in the stands. It doesn't feel like it's a home game for you.
No, well, it's not easy. It's not easy for the players. It's not easy for our fans. It's not easy when it's pouring with rain. I don't know if you got caught in any of the rain on the way. Yeah. So you think about the players having to focus on the road and concentrate, and then for an hour and a half, hour and 45, some of them, and then get here and they're mentally a little bit frazzled. So those things aren't easy, but this is part of our journey as a club. So we can't look at it and go, we've only won here 3 times in 14 visits to Ballarat. We know all that, but we can't look at it and go, well, that's the reasons why. We just have to go, well, that's part of our journey. Let's move forward. And then, wherever we have to play next, we play.
Because I remember when you signed your extension last year, you talked about the journey you like to talk about. Have you made it clear to the club that as far as the journey that you want to see them go on, you want to just be playing at a one home grounds, no matter whether it's in Tarneit or Amy Park? That needs to be part of this journey for you.
Yeah, and there's been discussions for a long time. We thought, and sometimes it's out of the club's hands, there's certain things, obstacles. I don't know if anyone's built a house before or renovated a house. Times that you're looking to get into a house, it gets pushed back, and it gets pushed back, gets pushed back. That's what's happened to us with Tarneit. At the end of last season, I thought that we were going to be in Tarneit come round 1. But then, things happen, and I'm not blaming anyone from anywhere. But once we get in there, and it's not going to overnight be that's going to change everything, and we're going to but it will end up helping the club grow, helping us grow. So that's what we're looking for.
It's been striking, John, speaking to you across these past 3 weeks in the season. You seem very confident, and I can contrast that with other coaches who have gone through similar this season and they've felt down. You seem very positive and upbeat. Has it been difficult for you to maintain that, or are you just naturally this way? Maybe
that in the past, because I've dealt with so many different experiences. I've had so many different coaching experiences, different playing experiences, that I'm able to see, how the journeys go a lot of the time, and where you're trying to go and where you're trying to head. And I believe that we're going to get there. And that's probably why that confidence comes out. If I could see, the players doubting what we're trying to do, the club doubting what we're trying to do, then I'd probably be nervous. But at the moment, I don't see that. I see us all trying to push in the right direction, and that's why there's that confidence that it's going to turn. Plus, it's easy to see that on our performances that, there's a lot going right. The results, no, but there's a lot going right. That second half, today, that we wanted to make sure that we're going to be solid, because we felt that even though we dominated Adelaide, that we're a little bit open at times. In that first half, that they pinched the ball off of one of our build-ups, but other than that, when we're in our mid-third or when we went to press, they found that hard to get through us. And then the second half, we just won the ball in so many good areas, pressed them well. They're a team that likes to play out, but we won the ball in good areas. So that's why, you see so many good things and positive signs that, the confidence still will remain.
You made some changes today in terms of Noah came back in, Nikita back onto the bench, starting Noah and Lockie up top. What was your rationale behind that?
Look, Nikita's still finding his fitness. As a shorter turnaround, 6 days. I thought Rami Nazarene, didn't look as influential as he did last game because of the shorter turnaround. But we need to give him these minutes, so he ends up, doing well from it. But Daniel Pena looked a little bit sluggish in the first half, and in the second half he was great again, found energy again. So the shorter turnaround can affect some players if they haven't had a great pre-season, and that was the rationale behind it. I thought Noah looked fresh in training, looked good. He was unfortunate today. He hit the post. He had the other chance. Had a couple of good headers. He put himself into good positions. And again, as a former striker, I know just keep going in those positions, keep getting in them, keep believing that the ball hit the back of the net.
In terms of coming out of today, have you picked up any fitness concerns for the game in Gosford and any players coming back or recovering from that game?
No, there's recovering players. Donaghy will train fully with us next week, so that's a good sign. Whether it'll be too early for him for Gosford, I don't know yet. But other than that, they're all pulled up well.
Has Donaghy been coming down to Ballarat for these games? Are you trying to keep him in the team?
No, he's here, yeah, he's here. He's around the group, a big important part that, he's one of those players, he's got that experience and can help, lead them. Because, there's some down players in there because they just, sometimes can't understand why we haven't won or at least got something out of the game.
Cool.
All good, thanks Joey.